to The Cast with your host, Annabelle Lee. Tonight we'll be interviewing a very special guest, Mr. Benjamin Pinson, the narrator of the new film coming in November, The Raven. Give him a warm round of applause.
Yeah! Ooh, yeah, oh my gosh, I'm your biggest fan, oh my gosh. Wow. Oh, he's really here in the flesh.
Take a seat, take a seat.
Thank you.
Would you like to drink more water?
Yeah, yes please. Well, thank you.
No problem. So, I'm going to start off a little bit simple. What would you like to tell us about in making the film? Nice seeing you tonight. So, if you don't mind me asking, explain to me how it was filming for The Raven. Is it too personal? How was it feeling?
I mean, it was just like a really personal story. I mean, just to do. Cause like it's like something that happened like in my real life. Like I wrote the book or like the poem. Like I wrote that. Like it happened to me. Maybe not exactly, but still, it might have been an exaggeration. But like it happened in my life. It was just like weird, just like reliving it.
I bet that was hard.
I know.
How did you feel when they called you and asked you if you were willing to be the narrator in the actual movie?
I mean, at first I just said no. Because I can't, it's so...
It's too soon.
It's just too soon. I mean, it's been a while, but still, just fresh on my mind still. Like, you know, Lenore, just...
Yeah. We don't have to go into all that. I was just wondering because, you know, a lot of actors who have ever been in the past asked to do these things, we all know, never will agree to it, you know. It's just always really hard. So I was just wondering how it felt in the eyes of your perspective.
The money's good.
Oh, very true, true. If you don't mind us asking again, how much did you get paid for the film?
Enough.
Oh.
You guys know what it is.
Know what this man likes. Okay, so would it be too much to ask if you told us a little bit about the story? Not necessarily the movie, but the actual story in your perspective.
So, what happened was, like, Lenore, it just been like a while since she just passed. It's just been a while. I was just trying to forget about her, just like a normal night. Well, kind of normal, but it was in December, so it was cold out too. But it was like too cold, I couldn't even sleep. So I decided, like, why not just read a book, try to get it off my mind. And then things started to go downhill from there.
So, Mr. Benjamin, how did you feel on the actual night these events took place?
It was just like a gloomy kind of feel. Like I was sad and scared and just confused at the same time. Like at first I was just like relieved, like, hey, like there's a bird, that's funny. It's a bird, it's funny. But then after that things started escalating. It got really, really scary. I'm just really uncomfortable, like just gloomy, scary, you know.
So, how did you feel when you heard the first knock at midnight, all alone? You're just reading, trying to get over your loss, you know, you're sad. How did you feel with all those emotions going around, specifically when you heard the noises from outside?
I mean, I might have peed a bit.
Oh! Secret.
I mean, hey, it was just
it was really stressful.
Sometimes you gotta go, and I think that was a appropriate time to go.
Mm-hmm. So, what were your first like instincts? Did you want to like get a weapon or? Yeah,
get a weapon. Just like I wanted to like guard myself, like just like you know, get something in case I bop them. But I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
I had like books. What am I gonna do? Throw them? I didn't know what it was.
Very true. So, what did you end up doing?
Well, I opened the door, but there was nothing there. It was just darkness. Just like a long hallway of nothing. And that just made it even worse.
So now that we know that the Raven did come, do you think that there was a reason maybe that it was just dark? Like, do you think he may have tried to trick you, or?
I mean, now that I think about it, I think it's probably just because my room, it was warm. It was getting warm because I had lit a fire, and it was December, so it was really cold outside. So it's probably just trying to get warm. I mean, then I thought maybe it was like a sign of God, or maybe even a sign of like the devil or something. I didn't know what it was, but I do now.
So, you didn't think, how did you think to solve, when the Raven came in, where did he go exactly again?
He went on a bust of Pallas. He's perched above it.
What did you think when you saw that? Were you like, oh, that's random?
I was like, well, now back thinking at it, it's like probably just weird. It's not, like, then I thought, like, since Pallas is Athena, and she's the goddess of truth and knowledge, I was like, this must be a pretty smart bird if he's perched there. But now he's just perching somewhere, because, it's an easy place to perch.
So, I see. So when he came in, did you feel comforted that there was another being with you, or were you more scared or just concerned and didn't really have a preference? You were just...
Well, at first, I was just like, okay, a bird. Okay, it's cool. I mean, it's funny. It was funny. It's a little bird. But then it just got bad. It got bad.
When exactly did things start to change? When did your feelings towards the bird and your anger sprout?
Well, first, it spoke to me. It was like, nevermore. And yeah, weird bird. It was just like, nevermore. And then I just kept asking it questions, like about Lenore. And all it would say was nevermore. And that wasn't the answer I wanted.
So, we've had a lot of mail and questions of the fans for the show asking, why did you continuously ask the bird questions that you wanted the answer yes to, knowing we feel like you knew it would say no or nevermore?
I was just in the moment. I don't know. I just wanted answers.
Just had a lot of grief.
Probably shouldn't have asked a bird, but I just wanted answers.
So, filming a movie that was so close and personal to you and your life, how did it feel? I mean, I would feel more like offended if the cast didn't live up to their expectations of what actually occurred. So, how would you say the cast played the roles? Well, bad? I mean,
I think they did. I think they did pretty good. Like, for example, the Raven. It was Kathleen Yablonsky. She did really good. Like, she was a good Raven. Like, she had lived up to her full potential. Like, I mean, unfortunately for me, it was like I was there, like living it again.
That would be.
But
difficult.
I mean, I guess that's good though. Just like how well she reenacted it. She did so well.
So what
it was amazing.
Do you think that the Raven needed from the actor? What character do you think that they portrayed in being the Raven? What did the Raven need?
I just think that they need to be wearing black, and just got that flap down, just say the nevermore correctly, and that's all they need. But that's all she had, and she did it amazing.
What about Taylor Morrison? How did he do? He was the busted palace, I believe.
Oh, he was good. He just sat there, didn't move. He didn't laugh or smile, which I think is a really good thing for an actor to do. Just be able to stay in place and do nothing.
And Nicole Day, Lenore, that must have been a terrible role for you to have to work with.
I mean, how
were those feelings before I get into how she acted?
I mean, that was just depressing for me because, she was so much like her. She's just like her. She looks the same. She's dressed the same. Just remembering that she's gone now, just really sad. But she did good. She did good.
That's good. How long did it take to film the actual Raven? Because it wasn't the long movies like we know today. It was just it was shorter than
it was like a
most
short
movies
film.
today. So how long did it take? How much time?
It took 2-3 years to film. Wow. It took a while. The production time, especially filming was probably only 2 years. But filming was 2 years. Production to 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years. It was such a long time ago. The project had started.
So, Mr. Pinson, I was lucky enough to see The Raven myself earlier this week, and there's just been one question about the whole thing, your books, the movie itself, what I've heard from you tonight, and I just cannot get it out of my head. So, if it's not too much to ask, in your opinion, is The Raven real?
Now that I think about it, it's pretty crazy that a bird can talk. It's just weird. But no, The Raven was definitely real. He was definitely real. I saw it. I just have everything just imprinted in my mind still. I know it was real. The talking part probably wasn't, but it was definitely real.
So you don't think at the slightest bit that it was just maybe your grief?
No. The talking part, yeah, probably. But no, the bird was definitely real.
And if the bird, and this is a very odd question, you may laugh, but if the bird were here right now, the Raven that haunted you, tormented you, what would you want to say to it?
Nevermore!
Oh, good, sir. Give it up for Mr. Pinson. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm sure I, as well as everyone else here, really loved you coming out tonight. So thank you.
It was a pleasure being on the show. Thank you.
And for all of tonight's viewers, be sure to check your local theaters this Friday, November 20th, to see the premiere of Benjamin Zane's The Raven. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, an exclusive clip of Mr. Benjamin Pinson's The Raven. thank you. I think we all had a great time tonight. Have a good night, everyone.